She the queen, yeah, that's Queen Esquire. Legal trouble, she getting you out the fire. Another dame, she solving another case. Cause she litigate with dignity and grace. She the queen, yeah, that's Queen Esquire. Legal trouble, she getting you out the fire. Another dame, she solving another case. Cause she litigate with dignity and grace.
Hello, litigators and opinionators. Court is now in session. So we have been talking for quite some time about this drug cartel case where these 4 or 5 individuals set out on a trip to Mexico to go accompany their friend Latavia, Washington, to get a tummy tuck surgery, allegedly. But we've heard about these individuals past. They have prior drug convictions, drug accusations. Some of them have prior burglary charges. Some even were accused of domestic violence, y'all. The record is off the charts, according to allegations from Daily Mail. But guys, there is more information coming out. First of all, let's get into the drug cartel. I have never, ever heard of a drug cartel apologizing, number one. And I've never, ever heard of a drug cartel turning over their own members to the law enforcement. This has got to be the most crazy case ever. Like, what is going on? So, guys, allegedly, the drug cartel had a change of heart, which I have never heard of a drug cartel having a change of heart in anything. Allegedly, they have turned over the 5 alleged individuals that were involved in this, which I don't know if I believe these are the right people, but we'll just keep it as that is. And they were supposedly have written this letter of apology, y'all. This is a straight mess. Have you guys ever heard of the drug cartel apologizing? Have you ever heard of the drug cartel turning over their members? I know I haven't. And I really haven't heard of drug cartels sparing people's lives. This is out of the norm. I'm thinking the government, like I said, I feel like Mexican government works in unison with drug cartel. And after this whole ordeal happened, the government talked to them and said, you got to turn over those individuals because y'all are messing up our money over here. Because you did this, you messed up our tourist money because now people are not going to want to come here during spring break. So how our economy is going to suffer because y'all over here acting like buffoons. So I think that's why they wanted to come over here with some diplomatic apology. But I have never in my life heard of drug cartel apologizing. This has got to be the most crazy case I have seen in a long time, and especially when it relates to drug cartel, y'all. I guess this is the new and improved drug cartel. But the update is 5 Mexican drug cartel members were turned over by their own for the kidnapping and death of American tourists. A note was left on them apologizing for the murders, allegedly. Let's get into this, y'all. Let's get into this. So 5 Gulf cartel assassins who kidnapped the Tummy Tuck 4. Oh, wow, guys, they got a name for them now. They call them the Tummy Tuck 4. You know how we call the Shanquella Robinson, the people involved in Shanquella Robinson, Cabo 6? Well, they're calling these people the Tummy Tuck 4. I am so done with these news reporters out here. They are a mess. The Tummy Tuck 4. Are we really going to go there? This is not cool. Sorry, guys. That took me out. The Tummy Tuck 4. Wow. Unaliving 2 are tied up and dumped in the street with handwritten notes for cartel bosses apologizing to the families of the victims. Have you ever heard of this, guys, in your life? So these 5 people here, look at this one over here smiling like a clown. See, because he knows this is a game. He's sitting there smiling. Guys, this is a whole game. This is not legit apology or anything. I think all the Mexican officials, the government, all of them planted these 5 people here, talked to the drug cartel, said just bring us 5 people to make it look like we're going to really punish these people so we can get the U.S. off our backs. And we can continue on with our drug cartel, money coming in, and we can hopefully recoup those tourists who may have changed their mind about coming to Mexico because it's happening. Because how we have a guy over here smiling like this is a game, guys, this is so fake. I done lost. I'm done. And I've never heard of the drug cartel doing anything as diplomatic as this, like in my life. I just never have I ever. And he over here laughing though, like this is wow. Okay. The tummy tuck for y'all see this. This is too much. They are making a straight debacle out of this case. This case is so sad, and people over here making names that are I can't. But guys, do you believe this is really a legitimate turning over? This case is turned into the clown of the century. I don't know what to think. This was the handwritten letter, guys, that was placed next to these perpetrators, alleged perpetrators. Again, I don't know if these are the right people. They don't even look like the right people based on the camera footage. You can match the faces up. Like I said, I think they probably just gave them the bottom fruit in the crew, because they want to get the FBI off their back. They don't want the FBI involved in any of their affairs, because you already heard politicians over here trying to pass bills right now, trying to designate Cartel as a terrorist group and all this stuff so that they can move in and wreak havoc. So drug cartel got scared, because I have never seen in my life a drug cartel submitting over any of their people and then writing a letter. Guys, this sounds like a whole act to me. It sounds like the government's involved, everybody's involved. They had a whole meeting about this, and it was like, just turn over some of your bottom fruit people, put a letter out there so we can get the FBI off our back and make it look like we're trying to do right by everybody, so we don't have to worry about the US passing these crazy laws to come after us. That's what I think. That's exactly what I think. And then later on, they're going to let those people go. That's what I think. This is crazy, guys. This is a letter, but here's the translation. This is the English translation of that letter that was submitted. It says, "We have decided to turn over those who were directly involved and responsible in the events, who at all times acted under their own decision-making and lack of discipline." Guys, why does it sound like they have a PR? It sounds like an attorney wrote this. Their own decision-making and lack of discipline. The letter reads, adding that those individuals have gone against the cartel's rules, which include respecting the life and well-being of the innocent. Oh my God. Since when has the cartel respected the life of the innocent, guys? When did they ever care about innocent lives? They go after any and everybody. This is a straight fake news. This is fake, guys. Are you guys buying this? And he laughing. He knows it's a joke. Who laughs when they're getting turned over to the officials I heard the Mexican prisons are a hot mess. He laughing because he knows it's a game. He knows the government's involved. They all met behind closed doors talking about, you go have to submit some of your people over here. And we need to make it look like we're actually doing something about this, because if you don't, the U.S. is going to get on our back, and they're going to come after all y'all, because they're already trying to pass these bills to designate y'all hate crime. And now y'all going to mess up all our money over here, and you messing up our tourist money. That's what the president was saying to him, the Mexican president and the Mexican government, in my humble opinion. And so I feel like the leader of the drug cartel was like, okay, we're going to have to turn over some of our people, because we got to try to get these U.S. officials off our back. Hopefully this will because this guy laughing, because he knows they all work for the government and the government works with them. So he knows he's going to be out in a matter of time. As soon as this thing cools down and people stop talking about it, they're going to just slip them right back out in the back of the prison. That's what I think. Because why is he laughing, y'all? This is a straight crazy case, isn't it? It's crazy. I've never heard of drug cartel doing this. What kind of time period are we living in, y'all? So Mexican cartel apologizes for kidnapping and unaliving Americans, turns over 5. It says responsible. I'm going to read this article to y'all while y'all look at this picture here. Apology letter from drug cartel found after Americans killed in Mexico. A photo of 5 men face down on the pavement and bound accompanied the apology letter. So they were face down before. I found that picture too. Let's see. Apology letter. Cartel. I've never seen nothing like this, guys. This is some crazy. This case is just absolutely crazy. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Let me show you what I have right here, because I got a different photo too. I'm gonna show you this other photo, because they laughing right there, but there's another photo of them laying flat on the ground. I'm gonna show you this one. This is how they looked before they were propped up. Look at this one right here, got his leg all propped up like he chilling. He knows this is a game. This is all fake, you guys. I'm telling you, this is all an act. because they know the attention is on them, national and two different countries' attention's on them right now. Actually, the whole world's attention's on this case. So they over here thinking it's a game, right? A letter claiming to be from the Mexican drug cartel, blamed for abducting 4 Americans and killing 2 of them, condemned the violence and said the gang turned over to authorities to its own members who were responsible. In a letter obtained by the Associated Press through Tamaulipas state law enforcement source, the Scorpions faction. Oh, why they got a name called Scorpions? This sounds like the Scorpion unit that was involved in the Tyree Nichols case. Here we go with this Scorpion stuff again. Scorpion's faction of the Gulf Cartel. So Gulf Cartel's like law enforcement, y'all. They got units. You know how the Scorpion unit was involved in Tyree Nichols killing? Well, they have a unit in the Gulf Cartel called the Scorpions faction. I am so done with this case, guys. I'm so done. I gotta hang it up. This case is something out of a movie, out of the mafia or something, y'all. This is crazy. So this unit who has been turned over is called the Scorpions faction. I can't. Y'all pray for me. This case is crazy. Scorpions faction of the Gulf Cartel apologized to the residents of Matamoros, where the Americans were kidnapped, and the Mexican woman who died in the cartel shootout, and the 4 Americans and their families. They said, "We have decided to turn over those who were directly involved and responsible in the events, who at all times acted under their own decision-making and lack of discipline." The letter reads, adding that those individuals have gone against the cartel's rules, which include respecting life and well-being of the innocent. Guys, we know that's BS. When has drug cartel respected innocent lives? They just took out another American and his fiance in Zacatecas because they were driving home back from a restaurant. So that's a bunch of BS. They got Scorpion units and all this stuff. I can't, guys. This is crazy. Drug cartels have been known to issue communiques to intimidate rivals and authorities, but also at times like these, as public relations work to try to smooth over situations that could affect their business. And last Friday violence in Matamoros was bad for cartel business. Oh, now that's showing where the motive is happening, y'all. The motive behind this turning over these people is because it's bad for their business. Now they about to lose some serious money. Everybody gonna be hurt in Mexico because nobody gonna be trying to go to Mexico on period. Okay. The Americans' killings brought National Guard troops and Army Special Forces outfit running patrols that heat up the plaza in narco terminology, Mexican security analyst David Saucedo said. Let me show y'all this article because I know some of y'all in the chat, y'all my little analytical people, y'all be like, y'all want to see the article. So we'll put the article on the screen that I'm reading. It's very difficult right now for them to continue working in terms of street level drug sales and transferring drugs to the United States. See, they are the first ones interested in closing this chapter as soon as possible, Saucedo said. See, because they're not going to be able to do their little drugs transactions because now we got FBI and everybody on their tail. A photograph of 5 men bound face down on the pavement accompanied the letter, which was shared with the Associated Press by source on condition that they remain anonymous because they were not authorized to share the document. Wow, so they weren't supposed to share that document. Allegedly. Okay, so I guess the source who gave it wasn't supposed to give it to the Associated Press. State officials did not immediately publicly confirm having new suspects in custody. Yeah, because the state officials, man, they're involved, guys. This whole thing is just a mess. The government made them turn over those 5 because they were like, you need to do something to make this right because we're not going to have any money, period, this year because y'all messing up stuff. A separate state security official said that 5 men had been found tied up inside one of the vehicles that authorities had been searching for along with the letter. That official also spoke on condition of being anonymous because they were not authorized to speak about the case. The cousin of one of the victims said his family feels great knowing that Eric Williams, who was shot in the left leg, is alive, but does not accept any apologies from the cartel blamed for kidnapping the Americans. Okay, so the cousin of the victim is like, we don't accept your little bootleg apology. And you know what? I wouldn't either because it's fake. It's not legitimate. They're just doing it because their money is going to be affected. It's not a real, sincere, genuine apology. It's just like, oh, let me do this quick apology so I can get y'all to come back over here and get my money flowing again. No, it doesn't work that way. It ain't going to change nothing about the suffering that we went through, Jerry Wallace told the Associated Press on Thursday. Wallace, 62, called for the American and Mexican governments to better address cartel violence. I'm with Jerry Wallace. He is the cousin of one of the victims. Last Friday, the 4 Americans crossed into Matamoros from Texas so that one of them could have cosmetic surgery, allegedly. Around midday, they were fired on in downtown Matamoros and then loaded into a pickup truck. A Mexican woman, and her name was Arely Pablo Servando, 33 years old. She was killed, y'all. She was 33 years old. That's sad. Arely got taken out, apparently by a stray bullet. Another friend who remained in Brownsville called the police, and we talked to her about her yesterday. Her name is Miss Orange. Called the police after being unable to reach the group that crossed the border Friday morning. Brownsville Police Department spokesman Martin Sandoval said Thursday that officers followed protocol by checking local hospitals and jails after receiving the report of the missing people. A detective was assigned to the case within the hour and then alerted the FBI after realizing the police had crossed into Mexico. Shortly after, the FBI took over the case as social media videos began to show a shootout with the victims matching the description of the missing people. Authorities located them Tuesday morning on the outskirts of the city, guarded by a man who was arrested. Zindel Shaid Woodard died in the attack. Williams Latavia survived. Woodard's cousin McGee had surprised him with the fatal road trip. Okay, wow. Okay, so let's see this. Woodard's cousin McGee had surprised him with the fatal road trip as a birthday getaway. What? According to his father, James Woodard. Guys, you know Shaid Woodard? So it was his birthday and she was taking him there for a birthday celebration. What? This is the birthday he gets to get murdered? Wow. He said he's speechless upon hearing that the cartel had apologized for the violent abduction that killed his son and was captured in footage that quickly spread online. Now, guys, this is why I question the real intent for going on this Mexico trip. First of all, first they said it was supposed to be for cosmetic surgery. Now we're hearing from the dad of Shaid is that it was supposed to be a surprise birthday getaway for him. That's what I'm saying, guys. And then we're hearing about their criminal records related to drugs. You know what? We don't even know really what was the true intention for this trip. It sounded like they just lied and made up this story about the cosmetics, because even the woman who was staying back in the hotel in Texas, she even was kind of sketchy when the officers asked her why they were going there. She was like, oh, we're doing a cosmetic surgery and I'm not saying anything else. That's all for now. Like the way she was trying to cover up stuff in her interview, it just sounded like they lying, guys. And now the dad is giving us a whole different indication for why they're going. It was a birthday getaway. So it's like, guys, this doesn't sound like the truth. I think they're lying. I don't think it's a cosmetic surgery. I think they were going there for something else. Now it's a birthday getaway. What's going to be the next story the next time? Nobody even knows the real reason for why they were going there. So just being helpless, not to be able to do anything, not to be able to go over there, just rescue them. It's real painful, James Woodard said. Thursday's letter was not an unheard. Oh, sorry. They said Thursday's letter was not an unheard of cartel tactic. Okay. They said it's not unheard of for them to send letters. I've never seen a cartel send apology letters. Y'all let me know in the chat because y'all probably are more familiar with cartel. Have you guys ever seen cartel send an apology letter? Let me know. Wait, hold on. Is this person talking in this thing? Let me make sure, because y'all let me know in the chat if you could hear another voice speaking, because I see this thing up here and sometimes I have weird sound going on. Let me just check this sound out real quick, y'all. See this thing up here and okay, I don't hear it. Okay, so back to the article. Cartel's community relations efforts are well known within Mexico in contested territory. One cartel might hang banners around a city blaming a rival for recent violence. Okay. So they do community relations. They got a PR team, y'all. Cartel has a PR team. I'm done. Do they have HR too? Do they got an HR team, PR team? Do they got a president? I guess I'm done with this cartel stuff. They are so organized. I'm done. So they said in contested territory, one cartel group might hang banners around a city blaming a rival for recent violence and distinguishing themselves as the gang that does not mess with civilians. Wow. Okay, so I guess they saying cartels will try to send these letters out trying to blame other rivals when innocent people get killed. So I guess y'all let me know if y'all have heard of this before. I just never heard of this. Last November, such banners appeared around Guanajuato state, purportedly written by the Jalisco New Generation Cartel. Then they got all kind of cartel, okay? That blamed a rival for a spate of killings in bars and other businesses. Okay, so this article is telling us that they do this type of stuff. They write these letters. Interesting. So they must have a whole PR team. I'm done with this, guys. I'm done with this cartel stuff. In other situations, the message is more blunt. Bodies are left inside a vehicle with a note or hung from a highway overpass on a heavily transited road. The motivation is terror. Wow, that's brutal. They'll leave dead bodies in a car with a letter just to scare people. Dang, this is crazy. More subtly, cartels use their power to plant stories in the local press or keep stories from appearing. Their members are active on social media. A Mexican police investigation inspects the minivan where 4 Americans were shot and taken from last week at the Tamaulipas State Prosecutor's headquarters in Matamoros, Mexico, Wednesday, March 8th. So here is that vehicle, guys, that they were riding in, their rental car. This was a rental car. Their underlying interest is facilitating their business, whether they be smuggling drugs and migrants or extortion. So that's why they send these letters out, guys. If they're sending apology letters or they're blaming another cartel, the whole motive behind that is to smuggle drugs, migrants, or extortion. If it's facilitating business. If that letter can help them get back to their business and make money, then they'll make these fake, disingenuous letters, basically. Sometimes a cartel will shoot up its rivalry territory, hoping to trigger a law enforcement response to make business difficult for their opponents. Wow. Did you hear that? That's crazy. That's what appeared to happen 2 years ago in Reynosa, just up the road from Matamoros. Gunmen drove into town, shooting and killing 14 innocent bystanders. Dang. See, they look at this shelter that killed 14 innocent bystanders. So why would this other Gulf cartel try to claim that they have a policy of not unaliving innocent people? They're probably going to say, well, that's that group. Our group doesn't unalive innocent people. Guys, do y'all believe this? I don't believe it at all. Handing over alleged cartel suspects to police is not without precedent. Saucedo cautioned that a cartel leader may have authorized the attack, then regretted it and decided to offer sacrificial lambs to the police. Wow. So they're saying maybe the leader, he may have wanted this attack. And then later, now that he knows he messed up his money bag, now he go ahead and sacrifice some of his bottom fruit people to the police. That's crazy, y'all. Isn't that crazy? That's why I told you, remember that little scrawny guy? There was a little scrawny guy that first got arrested, Jose, whatever his name, Juan or whatever his name was, who was supposed to be guarding the individuals involved. He was so little and scrawny. Who was he going to protect, y'all? Or who was he going to guard? It just looked like he was the fall guy. And now they just did the same thing by giving up these other 5 individuals. In 2008, drug traffickers in Michoacan lobbed hand grenades into a crowd celebrating Mexico's independence, unaliving 8. Days later, authorities arrested 3 suspects, but it turns out they had been kidnapped by a cartel, beaten into confessions implicating a rival group and turned over to the police. Dang, Cartel is crazy, man. They are straight crazy. Meanwhile, the Tamaulipas State Prosecutor's Office said Thursday it has seized an ambulance and medical clinic in Matamoros that were allegedly used to provide treatment to the Americans after the shooting. Wow, guys. So they seized medical. So you mean to tell me medical professionals were involved in the conspiracy too? Dang, Mexico is insane, y'all. This is why I said do not go back to Mexico. Hashtag boycott Mexico. Okay? Boycott it. It's not the place to go. Okay? The Americans told investigators that they were taken to the clinic in an ambulance to receive first aid, the statement said. Wow. By reviewing police surveillance video around the city, authorities were able to identify the ambulance and find the clinic. No arrests were made at the clinic, according to the statement. Wow. So, guys, the drug cartel has people working in the ambulance and working in the clinic that kind of help treat their people that they kidnap. I am so done with this, guys. So we got medical professionals involved in this whole kidnapping. Basically, they just rendered aid to Eric during that time while he was being kidnapped. I have never heard of nothing like this, guys. This is some crazy stuff. But we had the same kind of weird stuff happening with Shanquella, with that weird Shanky doctor who was allegedly in conspiracy with those officers. So I guess these professionals in Mexico aren't really professional, if you know what I mean. Now let's play this video and see what they got to say in this video.
It took days to find them, but 2 Americans are back on U.S. soil after their friends were killed on a trip to Mexico. On Friday, 4 people were traveling from South Carolina, made their way to Brownsville, Texas, and crossed the border to Matamoros, Mexico. With her travel companions, Latavia Washington McGee was heading to a scheduled medical procedure. They never made it there. Caught on surveillance camera, the Americans were chased by gunmen who opened fire on their white minivan. They were then kidnapped, and a search went on for 4 days. In a wooden shack, McGee was found uninjured. Eric Williams was shot twice in the leg and survived. But for Shaid Woodard and Zindell Brown, they were found dead, officials say, killed by a drug cartel. McGee's mother says her daughter saw the murders happen.
They all got shot at the same time, and she watched them die.
It's now being investigated as a case of mistaken identity. Officials in Mexico say the gunmen thought the group of friends were rival drug traffickers. One person has been arrested.
Every one of them that has something to do with it, I want them locked up.
The U.S. Department of State is warning Americans who are traveling. There are 6 states in Mexico with do not travel advisories, including Tamaulipas, the state where Matamoros is located. There's a warning of violent crime, including homicide, kidnapping, carjacking, and robbery. Situational awareness is of utmost importance when traveling. I'm Tiffany Liu.
So that's the end of that article. But guys, now let's get into some other weird stuff. Why is it, y'all, that Latavia allegedly posted about Shanquella Robinson's death weeks before this whole tragedy happened? Can you believe it? When I heard that, I must have lost it. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw that she had wrote this letter. Let me see if I can find it again. Surviving. I had it and then I lost it. But that's crazy. She wrote a post about Shanquella Robinson. I'm like, are you serious? You knew about Shanquella's situation, you mourned about Shanquella Robinson, and you go to Mexico after that when we all have been talking about not to go to Mexico? That's crazy. Oh my gosh, that's what I found in an article, y'all, and now I can't seem to find that article now. This is so annoying when it just disappears on you guys. But that was the article I read today about this girl. She literally wrote a letter about Shanquella. So that's the thing that makes this case so weird. It's like, if you knew what happened to Shanquella, why would you go to Mexico after that? You would think that she would have had some intelligence not to go there, because you already knew about what happened to Shanquella. Now, we know it was Americans that took Shanquella out, but the fact that Mexico is not really doing anything about it, and you're not, you didn't even bother to see that as an issue, that's weird. So let's see if I can find that article again, if I can find it, because I found it today and I thought that was really interesting that she had wrote this post about Shanquella, and then turned around about Shanquella's death too. Turned around and went back to Mexico. That's just like weird to me. It's just, here it is. I found it, y'all. I just think this is so weird. You write a letter about Shanquella, a heartfelt letter too at that. And then you go to the very place that Shanquella was unalive, knowing that they don't handle criminal investigations related to Americans very well. Latavia is a fool. I'm sorry. At this point, she's a straight fool. She's a clown. If I was in that area, there's no way I would want to go to that area knowing that somebody that was in the area where I lived got unalived by some American citizens into Mexico. They're trying to cover it up, claiming alcohol poisoning. And there was a bunch of corruption related to that case. That's weird. Okay. I was thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, why would this girl go there knowing what happened to Shanquella? And then I was like, well, maybe she didn't know about the tragedy. But when I read this article, I was like, this girl is a straight clown. But let's read this article, y'all. Cartel kidnapping survivors shared a heartfelt post mourning Shanquella Robinson's death months before her own ordeal in Mexico. So since she knew about the Shanquella case, that means she knew about the press conference we just had talking about how Mexico and all them they're not doing anything about the case and and then you turn around and go to the very place that is just acting weird and shady with an American citizen who was unalived in their country. Make it make sense. Some people are just straight clowns. Clowns. This is just so heartbreaking, socialites. One of the 4 people who were kidnapped in Mexico on Friday shared a sentimental post about Shanquella Robinson's death, just months before she came close to losing her own life in Mexico. Isn't it ironic? South Carolina native Latavia McGee had reacted to the disturbing video of Robinson being beaten by her so-called fake associates back in October, shortly after arriving at the rental property that she and her fake acquaintance were staying at in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. Let's look at the post she wrote. Okay, this is the post she wrote. Miss Latavia wrote, 4 months ago. She said, conversing with my daughter, of course, stemming from the young lady that was killed in Mexico. I have always explained to my children and others that would listen that just because you kiki and have commonalities and spend time with people, that does not make them a friend. The term is associate. Friendship isn't determined by time spent having fun or how long you've known someone. Are they there after you guys have a disagreement, illness, goes broke, or you told them no? Do they stand up for you, behind your back, and stop others from speaking negative of you in their presence? Do they only talk to you about their problem or make time to listen to you also? Are you always giving? There's many more, but please pay attention to behavior in people before you place yourself in vulnerable situations. This is for romantic relationships as well. Unfortunately, we live in a time where we have to consider such conversations. Interesting. That is some crazy mess. Like, serious. She writes this and then turns around and acts a hot mess. Or I don't know if she wrote this or she reposted it. Interesting, right? One of the friends was set to celebrate their birthday during the trip. And the weird part is, okay, so she talks about the Shanquella Robinson having fake friends. Then she goes on a trip with 5 people, y'all, to Mexico. Who does this? Is this girl just dumb? I don't know. She sounds real dumb to me. I'm just saying. Sorry to say that, but it just, some people aren't smart in the head. I'm sorry. One of the friends was set to celebrate their birthday. That was Shaeed Ward during the trip. But just one day after her arrival, Robinson was, oh, sorry, that wasn't Shaeed. So they're talking about Shanquella Robinson. So Robinson was found dead, with those around her saying she had died from alcohol poisoning. The autopsy, however, stated otherwise. In her Facebook post, McGee, who reportedly traveled to Mexico for a tummy tuck, took a screenshot of a message written by another social media user who said that having a kiki with someone does not instantly make them your friend. The term is associate, she wrote. So yeah, that's what she did here. She reposted somebody else's post, but this is her username on Instagram. It's called Southern Diva Tay, and she just reposted somebody else's, like kind of endorsing what they said to say, oh, I agree with this person. Either way, she still knew about the incident because she reposted that. So we know she knew about what happened to Shanquella, and she literally was talking about fake friends by reposting this person's, message. Friendship isn't determined by time spent having fun or how long you've known someone. Are they there? Or you guys have, when you guys have a disagreement, illness, goes broke, or you told them no? It was the viral video of Robinson getting beaten that would spark public outrage against Mexican officials who had initially attributed her death to alcohol poisoning as claimed by her friends. Right. So if she knew about this whole thing with Shanquella, why would you go to that same area? Like, we were talking about boycotting that place, and then you go there with a group of alleged friends. That was weird. People they don't make the decision sometimes. I don't understand it. And y'all see this? What is going on? Why is this thing? It's a weird pop-up that just happened here. Oh my Lord. Oh, what is this, y'all? Sorry. Let me, I got a weird pop-up going on here. So let me try to get back to the article if I can get back to it. That is weird when it does those weird pop-ups. Oh my gosh, it's doing it again. Let me get out of this and try it again, because I got a weird pop-up going on here. I'm so annoyed with all these random external pop-ups that like to come up and interrupt. Let's see. Let's try this again, y'all. See if we can get this video on. There it is. So for there to be a physical altercation a day before her death, her family demanded authorities, both in the U.S. Oh, wait. Friendship isn't determined by time spent having fun or how long you've known someone. Are they there when you guys have a disagreement? It was the viral video of Robinson getting beaten that would spark public outrage against Mexican officials who had initially attributed her death to alcohol poisoning, as they claimed by friends. For there to have been a physical altercation a day before her death, her family demanded authorities both in the U.S. and Mexico to perform a new and extensive investigation into the case, when it was later discovered in her autopsy that Robinson had actually suffered a severe spinal cord injury and an atlas luxation. McGee visited for a cosmetic procedure, allegedly, but the story keeps changing because Shaeed Ward's dad is saying that Latavia allegedly surprised him with a birthday party to go to Mexico. So I don't know, a birthday getaway. So y'all, the story keeps changing with these people. I don't know what to believe with these people. I'm side-eyeing them at this point, okay? But she was supposedly going for a cosmetic procedure, which I have doubts. Okay, Shaeed, this is his birthday, right? Why would he go all the way to accompany a friend to get a surgery during his birthday? Don't you think he wanted to celebrate his birthday instead? I wouldn't be wanting to go to somebody's cosmetic surgery when it's my birthday. I'd be like, I'm sorry. I hope you have other people to help you, but I'm about to celebrate my birthday. I'm sorry. I'm not about to go on a road trip to watch you get surgery and be all in pain while I'm trying to celebrate my birthday. No, thanks. Sounds weird. And she was accompanied by her cousin, Shaeed Woodard, rest his soul, and their friends, Eric James Williams, Zendale, and that other girl who didn't end up going into Mexico. While driving through Matamoros, Texas, a heavily armed cartel gang began shooting at their vehicle and kidnapped the group after transporting them to the truck. Okay, this is repeating stuff. Here, McGee's mother, Barbara Burgess, gave CNN and a context to what happened after speaking to her daughter for the first time since the kidnapping, though it appeared evidently difficult for her to talk about the ambush and torture. They were driving through and a van came up and hit them. The van just started shooting at the car. shooting inside the van or whatever, she explained. But she also explained that they got off the car and started running, and that as soon as they started running, Woodard and Zindel got shot and killed. Now we got the congressman involved in this, and Congressman Byron Donald says praying for Woodard and Brown families and thankful for the safe return of Latavia McGee, Washington McGee, and Eric Williams. Biden has empowered cartels, giving them operational controls of the border, and Americans are dying. We must recommit to border security so this never happens again. How is that really border security when they went into Mexico? It's not like the cartel came into America. Boy, bye. They always trying to use their political agenda to try to get a law passed. Boy, bye. Do you really care about these people who died, or are you just trying to push a bill into play? I don't know.
The Americans started their journey back in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Those who were killed are on the left side of your screen: Sha'i Woodard and Zindel Brown. Their friends who survived are on the right side: Latavia McGee and Eric Williams. And what they endured was absolutely harrowing.
Authorities found them in this wooden shack on the outskirts of town. Their kidnappers tortured them for days. And by the time authorities found them, Shaheed and Zindel, well, they were already dead.
So the suspect under arrest identified as the man who was guarding that wooden shack. Meanwhile, ambulances rushing the survivors back across the border.
Okay, it looks like that was it. That was it, and that was all. That's all they gave us. Okay, so Latavia said others running. So Latavia is the one that said others started running, and they got shot at the same time. Shaheed and Zindel, they all got shot at the same time. She watched them die. Burgess continued that the video online of her daughter being tossed onto the truck had left her outraged and heartbroken, yet equally stunned by the senseless death of Woodard, whom she raised since he was a teenager. His mother had passed away when he was like 15. I have never seen him ever since, Burgess added. Latavia was in the house too, so she saw him as a brother, but he's her cousin and my son. I miss him. I love him. There's nothing I would not do for him. So this is kind of ironic, guys. Oh, this is the more of the photos of how those men were looking when they were first given up by the cartel. Allegedly, the cartel gave them up as like a way to try to make peace and make amends. So it's kind of a blurry photo of them, but you can see them right here, all laying flat on the ground near a truck. They were actually in the bed of the truck. And then here is the, let me get this annoying video there. And then here is the letter that was in Spanish here. So that is crazy, y'all. That is crazy. What do you guys think about the allegation that, or the indication that this girl reposted a heartfelt post on her Facebook about Shanquella, and then turns around and goes on a road trip with friends to Mexico? Isn't that kind of weird? Like, I don't know. I know people would think, oh, it's not going to happen to me. That was just what happened to Shanquella. It's not going to happen to me. I'm good. And besides, it was an American citizen that took out Shanquella, so it's not going to happen to me. But we're not really worried about that. We're looking at the fact that Mexico doesn't seem to really, handle their criminal investigations well. They're very corrupt. Okay, so that is weird. And this whole thing is weird with them turning over the cartel. Do y'all believe they really turned over these people with this fake letter, or what? Do y'all believe they really sorry? I don't know if I believe them. Now, this letter from the drug Mexican cartel that abducted the 4 Americans and killed them said they turned over to the authorities its own members who were responsible. I don't believe it. Let's see what this video is about, though. Hold on. Let's see what it's about.
A letter attached to a photograph of 5 men face down on the pavement and bound at the hands and feet is reported to be an apology from the Mexican drug cartel claiming responsibility for the deadly kidnapping at the U.S. border. The Scorpions faction of the Gulf Cartel released a statement taking responsibility for the slaying and apologizing to the residents of Matamoros, where the incident happened, also the Mexican woman who died in the shooting, and the families of the 4 Americans, 2 of whom were killed. The letter says, "We have decided to turn over those who were directly involved and responsible in the events, who at all times acted under their own decision-making and lack of discipline," adding that those individuals had gone against the cartel's rules, which include respecting the life and well-being of the innocent.
Y'all, they sound like a politician. You know how politicians be saying, let's preserve human life, don't get an abortion? They're like, we're respecting the life of the innocent. Thou shalt not abort life of the innocent in your cartel movements. We are the Republican cartel. I am done with this. I'm done with this cartel, y'all. This cartel stuff is a hot mess. I don't know what to believe with them either. But this case is so crazy because I really was wondering about in the back of my head. I don't know if you guys were wondering the same thing I was wondering, if Latavia knew about what happened to Shanquella. Because I was like, if I lived in the South Carolina or North Carolina area and I heard about Shanquella, you would not be seeing me go to Mexico for just any reason because of just how Mexico handles their investigations, especially when it relates to an American citizen. So I don't get why this woman did this. And again, I don't even know if I really believe her, this whole medical procedure thing, because of all their weird past. And then now Woodard's dad is coming up with a different reason why they were going there for a birthday getaway. So it's like, this sounds so sketchy. It just doesn't sound right to me. It doesn't. Let's see what else they got going on here. Another stuff, guys, might be redundant, so we're not going to worry about reading that. This is redundant. I think the rest of this is just redundancy, so we're not going to keep reading that. I think that's all the updates so far. Let me see if I can find any other updates for y'all. Latavia, did she come out with an interview? They keep talking about a motive and all that. It was money motivated. They need to. It's common sense. They're trying to figure out the motive. I want to hear this girl do an interview, though. I really do, guys. I want to hear her do an interview. So for now, that is all we got to talk about for now. I want to hear from you guys in the chat. Let's hear what y'all have to say about all this crazy mess and debacle. Hi, everybody. I missed y'all. Hi, Betty. How are you, sweetie? I am doing well. Girl, she said, we are sorry. The pic is fake. Girl, I don't believe it either, girl. I don't believe it either. I think it's fake, too. I'm with her. Okay. Bad News is laughing. He said it's fake, too. Betty said, she put a clown emoji. She said, they are straight clowns. I'm with all y'all in the chat. That looked like it's fake to me. It sounds like they trying to get their money back. They trying to recover. They trying to get y'all to go there for spring break. They trying to say, hey, we sorry, tourists. Please come back over here. It was a misunderstanding. We don't kill innocent people over here, so you can come over here. Boy, bye. Oh, man. It says, the Me Watch. Sounds like the gang couldn't shoot straight. Right. Exactly. Could not shoot straight. Right. Y'all cracking me up in this chat. It said, it's not personal. It's business. From The Godfather. Exactly. That's what it sounds like, guys. It sounds like a straight mafia, and the leader is The Godfather over there, like turning over his people to try to regain his money coup. But this is funny. Y'all cracking me up in the chat. Monica says, now we have leverage for something to be done with Shanquella on the case. Girl, we do, but we need to move now. We need to do something because I'm tired of them just not doing anything. They need to at least communicate with the family. They haven't said anything to the family whatsoever at all. Like, what are they going to do about the family? That's what I really want to know. The images out here are just disturbing. That has to do with this case. I just don't understand how the Shanquella situation. Do y'all think that's crazy? The whole Shanquella situation with this girl knew about Shanquella and then she goes to Mexico. That's weird. I don't know. I guess I'm speaking for myself because I wouldn't bother go there after knowing something about that. Yeah, Aries 1 says that cartels are known for running Mexico. Right. which is kind of weird why they would just turn over their people and laugh. Because that guy who was sitting up was laughing and smiling. It's weird. They have a pharmacy in every block of all cities. Right, girl. So you got people who have drug criminal records. You don't think they're going to stop at one of those drug stores? And think about this, guys. Everybody has a different reason for why these people were there. You guys, we cannot believe and take everything of what they're saying to be true. Number one, we have the Mexican government saying that these people drove into Mexico to get medicine. Then we have them coming saying they were trying to get a tummy tuck. Then we're hearing from Woodard's dad, who gives us a third story, saying that they were there for a birthday getaway. It sounds like these people are lying. It sounds like they're covering up the real reason for why they were going there. And they probably were going there to pick up drugs, in my humble opinion. In my humble opinion. That's just an opinion, y'all. It's not a fact. But just based on their prior records of allegedly selling cocaine near the high school and allegedly selling other drugs and having baggies of marijuana ready for distribution, it makes sense to me. And the other one had this bottle of all kinds of pills that were not prescribed to him. To me, it sounds like they're, and like you were saying, they have pharmacies in every block of the city. This sounds like they're going there to do a cleanup over there to get some drugs, in my opinion. In my opinion. I need to see some receipts from them to really confirm they were there for a tummy tuck, because they said she went there for another procedure before. And then you look at her, she don't look like she had any type of procedure on her whatsoever. Not a bit, not a dibble, not a dabble. She don't look like she had one type of procedure. Let's take a look at some of her pictures, because I was going to look at her pictures again on Southern Diva Tay. I was going to look at her pictures again because we already looked at her Facebook before. But looking at her picture, she don't look like she has had any type of medical procedure done on her yet, unless it was botched. To me. Okay, to me. Let's take a look. Here's a picture. I'm going to show y'all a picture of Latavia on better days, because that picture, she just looked straight tired. She ready to go home. But this picture from her Facebook, does it look like she had a medical procedure done? That don't look like some butt procedure. That look like that's a natural booty to me. Because, you know, we've seen some ones that were done, and that don't look like she had a procedure there. And this picture was taken or put up or uploaded to this profile January 24th. And according to her mother, she had gone to Mexico last year for some other reason, for a procedure, they said. So if the procedure was last year, then I don't know that's not a good procedure, because I don't see where the procedure was done. Okay, it don't look good to me. It looked like if that's a procedure, guys, you think that's a procedure? That she got a BBL or something? I don't see it. I appreciate the thoughtful letter from the uncharacteristically sensitive Scorpion Cartel. They should change their organization name to Care Bears. I'm telling y'all, the chat is more entertaining than what's going on in this case. Y'all cracking me up. Oh my God. Oh my God. Shana said, take your time, girl. She sound like we in church. You know when you in church and the pastor's preaching, they be like, take your time. Take your time, pastor. Take your time. Okay, Sylvia Cruz says, correct, Mexican government had a knee reaction because here in Texas, our own governor was ready to use Texas military troops to deal with Border Patrol going on the daily. Oh, got you. Okay, that makes sense, Sylvia. They trying to act right because they don't want the U.S. officials to get on them again. Okay. Corruption is so rampant, there might be a civil war brewing between cartels and the Mexican government. Really? You think so? You really are predicting a civil war between them? Oh my gosh, that would be interesting. You might be right. You think it might be similar to what happened in Haiti? You remember what happened in Haiti with the whole assassination of the president and all that? Do you think there'll be something crazy like that happening in Mexico? I wonder if y'all think that something's going to really come out into Mexico soon. Sylvia says, and as soon as we look the other way, Mexican government will just let these guys go. Right, that's how I feel about it. Letter was written by one of those five, and yes, it's all up front. I'm with y'all. Okay, that letter looked like a straight fake letter. So here's some more pictures of this girl, Latavia. I don't see where she would have had any other surgeries. This is her in oh, she look cute right here. She do look cute right here with her little outfit. I'm with her right this outfit, but I don't see where she would have had any medical surgery done. She don't look like she had any surgeries, guys. They're trying to say she had a surgery last year. Do y'all believe this to be true? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Okay. But we can tell she's really into her looks and stuff because she likes to dress up. But prioritizing your looks over your kids, I don't know. And even in that video, when we watched the interview of the kids, guys, go back and watch that interview. If you hear the interview when the kids were speaking with this young lady's mom, two of the kids were, you know how they were putting their hat on, their hood on, and they were moving the sleeves over? They kept saying that they were cold. And that really hit me. I'm like, why were these kids cold and they're inside a house? And then if you look to the left, you could see that whole little vent thing was discombobulated. It looked like it was all disheveled. I started to think, wow, they must not even have a working heater in that house. So the living conditions there are very poor. So it makes me even more sad for these children because the mom was charged for allegedly having one of her kids with drugs in her system. Now we got the kids in the house freezing to death over there. That's why they put that hood on. I'm gonna watch the video again and see if I can find it. If we can find that video of the kids being interviewed, because when I heard them say they were cold, because I was wondering, why are the little kids putting their hood on, the little cute babies, okay? And I watched it again, and the kids were saying, I'm cold. And I'm like, wait a minute, why are these kids cold and they're in the house? Shouldn't they be having a heater on? That was really odd. And then they kept putting the hood on, and I was like, interesting. So I'm gonna see if I can play this interview for you once again. We played it before, but I want to see it. I don't know if this is the same interview. Hopefully it is, because that caught me off guard. That started making me realize the poor conditions of this house, which made me even more sad, because I'm like,
sick of having issues with your,
because I'm like, where's the priorities of trying to improve this house? And I hear that this is a poor living area. So let's watch this again. I need y'all to listen closely to the little kid when the kid starts putting the hood on. I will stop it at that point. I'm gonna get to that part. I'm probably gonna forward it because we already watched this interview.
Shot 3 times. And did she understand? Did they understand what was happening to them at the time?
No, because she said when there's had drove that was going through, and
now, first thing I want y'all to notice is look at the background of that house. Look to the left here. I'm gonna put my mouse over there, right here. Look at this thing. It's literally hanging from the wall. It looks like they tried to put something to cover it up because they didn't want people to see it, but you can clearly see it's not even connected here. Then you come over here to the right and look at how these clothes are all disheveled, just all kind of just tossed all over the place. It makes me wonder what's really going on in this house. I mean, I know it's just little small
van.
I know it's little small details like that, but I'm just thinking about the welfare of the living conditions. I don't know. I'm just questioning things. But I'm trying to get to that part where the kids start saying that statement. See if I can get to it soon. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Okay. We're almost there to the part where I wanted to play, but I'll just play starting here.
Out in America, they probably do too.
How are you guys? Are you guys going to go are you going to Texas, or what? How are you going to do it? Is she going to come home, Latavia? Are you going to go see her, or is it to wait until she comes home?
We can wait until she come home. She's supposed to come home today.
Monty, anything you want to say before I let you guys go? Because I can see that that JR and Cadence are getting restless.
Did you hear the kid? He looked over and said, it's cold. That's why the little kids were trying to put their little hood on, because they were cold. And I'm like, why were these babies cold in the house? Don't you think they would be comfortable and warm in their home? I'm like, do they have a working heater in there? I'm just saying the little details is starting making me realize even the conditions that they're living in may not be of a good, healthy, quality home, to not have a heater working in the house, to be cold in their house. I don't know. Let's play that one more time and then we'll move on, because I didn't want to play this again. Y'all gonna have to watch the other video where I actually play the whole interview, or you'll just have to find this interview somewhere else.
Gonna go see her, or you should just wait until she comes home?
We can wait until she come home. She's supposed to come home today.
Monty, anything you want to say before I let you guys go? Because I can see that that JR and Cadence are getting ready.
So if you listen closely, the little kid looked over to the older sister and she was like, it's cold. So I just thought that was kind of interesting for the little kids to be freezing in the house, where you think they'd be the most comfortable, cozy, bit. I just thought that was interesting. Do they have working heater in there? Do they got what's the living conditions over there? Just questions, because I'm like, we got this mom over here spending $7,000 going to Mexico for a tummy tuck, allegedly, if that's what's going on. But I don't know if I believe that either. And you got your kids living in, I don't know what kind of conditions they were living in. I just have questions. What's going on with this mom? What are her priorities? This is one of her cute kids. Oh, we got more pictures to show, guys. I think she made her stuff public, because before she didn't have it public before. These are pictures I haven't seen before. So let's take a look at these pictures while we even here, because these were not here when we did the other look of Facebook. But it's just wondering, like, who is she prioritizing? These must be her kids. She said, my 3 who hate pictures, they so freaking beautiful. Washington gang, my twins are 2 healthy in 17 days. I'll have 14-year-old twins, and in 11 days, I'll have 12-year-olds. It's their world. I'm just providing the living, priceless. So these are all her kids right here. She got 5 kids. So these 2 weren't in the interview. It doesn't appear to be. That these 2 twins were not in the interview during the interview. Yeah, this one wasn't either. She was not in the interview during that time. But when we looked at her photos, like I said, is she married, y'all? Look at here. People who cherish their better half join in by posting a photo of you together. Just a photo, no description. The goal is flood Facebook with positive photos. Get a sharing. Better half, keep going. So it looks like she did get married, y'all, because she did put on her Facebook that she was married. And this looks like a wedding photo to me. So she is, in fact, married, allegedly. Allegedly. Okay. This is the picture in her Facebook of her wedding. And she's telling people to repost their couples, too. So that's some tea, because her Facebook says she was married, but I didn't want to believe it. But now we see a married picture here of her being married. Where was her husband at? Where's the husband at? I have questions, y'all, because I don't know. I haven't seen anything. The husband hasn't even spoke. He hasn't even had an interview. And this was posted just December 13th, 2022. So it appears they should be still together, unless they just broke up recently. I want to see what these comments say, what these people say in the comments. They said, love this, real love. Look, you got Eric Wise posted this with some money. And she said, Duchess DR, that my girl. Money ain't never switched. So he's trying to take a picture with Money, saying Money is his girl. Duchess DR, don't talk to me until you accept my request. He seemed to this Eric Wise seemed like he just don't have any sense of loyalty. He got a whole wife acting like he don't have a wife. He said, that's crazy, because I ain't getting no cake. And then Duchess DR said, me either, LOL. So she looked like she did get married, guys. That's her wedding photo here. So that's interesting. I didn't see that photo there before. But here are just these photos. We got some more tea on her. So this is her Facebook that we looked at before, but wanted to take a look to see about what type of medical procedure she allegedly had before. I highly doubt it. I think the only procedure she had. See, this is the one, guys. Barbara told me. That's what she posted here. And this is the one that she posted about here. She posted about this November 16, 2022, about Shanquella Robinson. This was posted November 2022. We found the post that she reposted me, and she said, Barbara told me right here. So that's about the Shanquella Robinson case. Wow, guys. November, she knew about the Shanquella Robinson case, and her hard-headed butt went right up to Mexico like the fool she is. Allegedly. Oh, thank you, Alicia. I didn't know that the husband's doing 10 years. Where'd you find that out at? Alicia said the husband's supposed to be in jail doing 10 years. Where'd you find that out at, girl? Help a sister out. That's great. Thank you, honey, for sharing, because y'all be giving us the extra tea. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So Alicia is saying allegedly her husband is in prison for doing 10 years. So that's interesting. She said, looking good as F. Just sent my husband 5 messages. They say they don't F me, but they can't. Okay, she just sent her husband 5 messages. E-messages. So I guess he is in jail. E-messages. So you might be right. How did you find out that the husband's doing 10 years or 5 years or whatever, 10 years? That's crazy. What? That makes sense for why he didn't go on the trip and why she out here acting all like she's sick. So she doing this love after lockup stuff. She trying to be on that love after lockup show talking about she married to a man in jail. Are you serious? Look, and she said, it's my oldest last year already practicing my scream. Oh, this is her kid who's pregnant. Are you serious? So she's a whole grandma out here. She's 32 years old, a grandma. And her daughter's pregnant. So she a grandma because this was October 15, 2022. So she should be having this baby anytime. If the month has 9 months passed, y'all. I don't know if 9 months have passed yet. Her daughter's over here about to have a baby. She about to be a whole grandma out here acting up. Acting completely up. Let's go through these pictures now. Now I'm ready to see the tea, guys. I'm ready to see the tea. It says, happy birthday to the best person ever. I love you, G-Ma. Happy birthday to the best strict auntie ever. I love ya. We didn't go over these pictures last time we went over her Facebook, did we, guys? Whoever was on that live with me. I don't remember going over these with y'all. If y'all can see that, that's just her G-Ma or whatever. There's her again. We already seen that picture of her. That's been floating around online. This must be one of her friends. That girl looks familiar. Man, you be standing us up. She's like, is this the wife? This might be the wife of old boy, I think. Oh, no, it's not. Because look, he says, who that, sis? Eric Wise over here checking out this girl, knowing he married. Wow. I've heard it all. Here she is too. I don't know if this is her husband or some other guy she talking to. She sound like she's trying to do that love after lockup thing if she would a man that's in jail. Yeah, I have doubts that she had some other surgery that people keep saying she had. I don't know. And then she posts this picture up here of, it looked like Eric Wise, guys. Let me know if that looked like Eric Wise to you. They've been childhood friends. Or is that her husband? Because look, you got all her kids here. He loved his family, said it all the time, especially them girls. So, yeah. Who is that? That looked like Eric, guys. Who is that? I don't know who that is. I'm not even going to speculate. I think that might be the dad of the kids or something. Yeah, she didn't post who it was. Y'all let me know in the chat. Y'all probably already know. Happy birthday, Akeem. We missed you because real holidays rise eternal peace. Okay, so he passed away. Oh, this guy passed away. So this might be the guy who passed away, and those were his kids. Yeah, he must have passed away. Okay, this is some relative that had passed away. She's posting about. Rest in peace. He died 2012. So yeah, she's posting about her. Her family member. Here's another picture of her trying to be cute. She better be glad she is alive, y'all. Why does she kind of, no, I ain't going to say it because y'all going to get mad at me. She kind of look like, no, I'm not going to say it. Somebody in the chat going to be like, why you say that? And you got all these people Here, she said, ugh, I'll save my caption for tomorrow because, yeah, Pat did that. Move the F around. I don't know. And this is her cute boy. She got some cute kids, though. He is so cute to me. This is a little boy that was sitting in the interview talking about he was cold. Poor baby. He is so cute. Look at a little cute chocolate thing. So cute. Yeah, guys, I highly doubt this girl has some type of surgery. It don't look like she had a surgery in any side, back side, left side, right side. I don't see where the surgery could have been done. She got that Don't Be a Menace shirt that we talked about before. We talked about that Don't Be a Menace shirt before. I'm going to see. I don't know if y'all can see it, the picture very well. Why she got trash? What is she doing? What is this girl doing, y'all? I don't even understand the picture because there's no caption. Make it make sense. Out here having too much fun, doing her thing, but I don't understand. I don't see that she got a surgery, though. I highly doubt people say. I feel like there's more to this story, guys. I really feel there's more to this story. I don't feel like we even got to the nuts and bolts of what really is going on, what was really the motive behind them going to Mexico. Is this her man? Let's see. I think this might be her husband, y'all, that she married. Allegedly. Oh, no, that's her brother. She said, today is my big brother, C-Day. Stop what you doing and wish his blockhead a happy birthday. I love you, boy. Don't bend your wrist too much. You got you a gift. So that's her brother. Patrick something. Yes, we didn't see these pictures last time. I don't know how we missed. Oh, look, see, on this day, let's read it. 12 years ago, I was blessed with my baby girl, Amani J. Washington, a.k.a. Glove. Everyone stop what you're doing and my baby girl and my baby a happy birthday. The day yours, we skipping school. Have fun. So that was the girl that did the interview, the 14-year-old now. And this is Latavia here on her wedding day. So she definitely got married. She got her little wedding photo up. So she a whole wife out here acting a fool. I don't get it, man. I don't get these people and the priorities. I just don't understand it. There's another picture of her. Sometimes, I don't know, people be so focused on themselves and not their kids. I'm just saying. I remember the old days that was talking SHIT saying I wasn't going to be SHIT. I'm bigger now. I don't know. I think that's somebody else. This is another wedding photo of her on her wedding day. I don't know. She might make her stuff public because this wasn't on there the other day. We getting more tea this time. This is another photo of her on her wedding day. She was a beautiful bride, though. She cleaned up for her wedding. No, she cleaned up for her wedding. Somebody said, hubby is behind bars, y'all, on you know what charges. Girl, we already know. We already know what he probably in the jail for. Predictable. How did y'all know, though? Let me know where y'all get that tea from. Don't tell me if it's a YouTuber. Just if you got it from somewhere else, like a news report or a news article that I could look up or something. Stop playing with my jit. We hear ya. He's a cute little boy. Okay, does she have any more pictures? They all matching. I don't know if that's her husband or not. But they look like they're a couple. Y'all let me know. Look like they're a couple. I think this might be her man, y'all. Let me know. Let me know. Is this her boo thing? Is this her boo thing? Because they sure matching the outfits. They looking like a couple to me. Allegedly. Allegedly. Oh, God, that little boy is so stinking cute. He is so adorable. Look at his little face. He's just so cute. And I'm posting these pictures, you guys, just because they have already been on the news already. So their faces already plastered. Oh, what is he doing in the hospital, though? What's really going on with the baby boy? What happened to this baby? Y'all. I don't know what's really going on. This must be the day of the wedding. Here he is with his white on. So this must be the groom, the husband. And this is a cute boy. I just think the boy is so cute. I don't know what he was doing in the hospital. Here's another wedding photo here of her. I love her dress, though, y'all. I gotta say, I love the dress. But y'all, where did y'all get the whole information about the husband being in jail? Is that on a Facebook post or what? Where'd y'all find that out at? She posted this again of her with her daughter, the young lady who was on the interview during her wedding. Here. I really do like her dress, though. I think she cleaned up for her wedding very well. When did she get married? Was this April 4th, 2021 is when she got married, allegedly? I don't know if she just posted it for that day or if that's when she actually got married. But allegedly, it was the 2021 when she got married, allegedly. I don't know who this guy is. That might be her daddy. I don't know. Y'all let me know. She didn't give us any captions on who these people are that she's taking pictures with, so we don't know. Love, they really put a lot of effort into this wedding, so it looked like she must have been serious about the guy. And this was her whole, all the ladies here that they like the dresses they had. The color was pretty. That was her little bridesmaids. Her with her bridesmaids again, y'all. I do think she was got married on the 2021. Yep. 2021 was when she allegedly got married because all these pictures were posted around that time. And this is the husband. That must be his kid because that kid looked just like him, dude. I'm telling you, it looked like him. That little cute boy looked just like him. He so cute. Aw. So here's the whole family. I like this picture right here. Everybody. So it seems their colors were pink and like a teal. That looks like the theme of the wedding. My. One Love made me want to sing that. Show look good tonight. Right. Dinah said this case is giving me the vibes as the teacher who attempted to rob a cartel stash house 2 years ago, even though it's different. It just feels like there was shady stuff going on, right? It just seems shady all around. We don't know why they really went to Mexico. Sounds just something wasn't right about the whole ordeal. Don't know what to think. I don't know. It's just I question the whole situation. Look at all her people that she was with during her wedding. So married with 5 kids out here acting a fool. Yep, so that is the guy, guys. That is the guy. That's the one she married. That is the dude. You can clearly see her kissing him there. So that is the husband. Oh, look at this guy over here. He like, oh, Lord. Look at all the kids covering their eyes. This kid's covering her ears. This kid's covering her eyes. This kid's covering her eyes. Look at all of them. I wonder if the adults told them, hey, cover your eyes when they kiss. That's funny. All of them did at the same time. That is too much. Too much. Here's all the crew here for her wedding. And she did it serious. She was serious about that wedding, y'all. She was very serious about that. Where it went. Right. This says, I say my prayers for the children to survive their toxic environment. Right. It sounds kind of toxic. Dinah says, it looks like she went all out for her wedding. It's beautiful. I wonder what she does for her business. I know, quote unquote. Y'all be cracking me up in this chat. Dinah put business in quotations. You know she being sarcastic. Dinah, you a mess, girl. I love you. She said, I wonder what she do for her business. I just love y'all. Y'all be cracking me up. Some of y'all comedians in the chat, I'm telling y'all. I love it, love it, love it. That almost took me out. Here's another picture. The kids feel traumatized. They're like, I don't want to be in this. I don't want to see them over here kissing. I'm too little for all this action going on. Look at that little kid. That kid look like look at her face. She like, what is really going on? These kids, this is a beautiful wedding though. I gotta say, this wedding is gorgeous, guys. She really went all out for her wedding. All out for her wedding, like Dinah says. That was a extremely beautiful wedding. I just have questions about the man she married. I have questions about everything. Because now y'all telling me the man's in jail. Seriously, he in jail? Serving 10 years? This sounds like she gonna be on Love After Lockup, y'all. We might see her on Love After Lockup. Don't be surprised if y'all watch that show. She end up on an episode a couple of years down the line once he get close to being able to get out. Because you know they don't put him on the show until it's close that your release date is coming up. So when his release dates start coming up, don't be surprised if we see her on Love After Lockup. Okay? If y'all saying that her husband was in jail. Because that makes sense to me, because I'm like, how come her husband didn't go on this trip? Where is this? How come he hasn't done any interviews? You would think he would have came out and said something already. He hasn't said a peep. We haven't heard a peep, peep, or a teet, teet from him at all. Okay? We're going to go back to R. Kelly. Can I get a beep, beep? Can I get a beep, beep? Nope. We haven't heard anything from the husband, allegedly. So that makes sense that he might be in jail. Oh my God, I love this wedding. Look at their colors, y'all. This wedding was off the hook. The colors were on point. Everybody dressed to the nine. Look at the bow ties was on point. I mean, they look absolutely beautiful. And here's where they signed the papers to get married, I guess. This was, this is all April 4th, 2021. So it looks like that's when she got married. She hasn't been married that long. My early Xmas gift. Rocco, I said yes. Oh, hey, yeah, we found the husband. We found the husband. Here's his page. We found hubby's page, y'all. Let's check out the hubby, man. We getting all into the Kool-Aid today. Hubby is right here. And the last time he posted was March 16th, 2020. He said, I know a cure for coronavirus, cocaine, SHIT. Half of y'all bees on it anyway. Cocaine. So did he go to jail for drug sales? Allegedly. I have questions because he's talking about cocaine and stuff. Okay. Here he is right here. This is the husband. This is his little son that we saw, the cute one, when he was younger. And here he is. Here he is. For real, we don't be having our standards right with the men that we marry. I'm just saying. He do look like that little boy. Okay, that little boy is definitely his kid. That looked like her right there, guys, in this picture. So they've been together. It looked like her. Let me know if that looked like her right here, this lady. That looked like Latavia. I don't know what they were doing here, trying to be cool, or are they in a gang? I don't know. This guy, look at this stack of money. This looked like a dude. I'm just giving my opinion. He looked like a dude that's possibly a drug dealer. I'm just saying, because sometimes we people have all these stacks of cash like that, as they get that stuff from sales. Why are a lot of these people in this case have a lot of drug charges and drug sale charges? These all sound like, I ain't even gonna say it. Y'all put it in the chat. Okay, y'all put it in the chat what y'all think. This sounds sketchy to me. Too much drug-related stuff involved in these people's lives. That little kid is so freaking cute. He said, y'all help me wish my baby girl a happy birthday. Sip, I'ma miss you, homie. How did y'all find out this dude was in jail? Y'all be finding out the straight tea. I'm telling y'all, y'all be on point. Where my Scorpio's at? Okay, he a Scorpio. That's a cute baby. I keep saying it because he's just so freaking cute. Okay, that's all we really gonna get from his page, y'all. But we got to see the husband. This is the husband himself. People saying he locked up. But it looks like he is, because the last time he posted, guys, was in 2020. He hasn't posted anything else. since 2020. So he's obviously somewhere locked up because yeah, he hasn't posted on his Facebook in several years. Because y'all finding stuff. I'm like, how did you guys find out that he was in jail? He looks like that one little boy of her kids, though. So pretty sure that's her kid. And he proposed to her December 24th, 2020. That's when he proposed. This is the ring he gave her. Oh, well, he must have went to jail in 2021 because based on those pictures, they got married April 4th of 2021. So he must have went to jail either 2021 or 2022. Xmas ready. There he is. Okay, that now it makes sense. Remember, guys, we saw this picture the other day, and I was wondering who he was. If you guys was on that live with me the other day, this guy in the driver's seat, I was like, who is he? Now it makes sense. That's her husband right there. That's her boo thing right there. That's the hubby because it looked just like him. Allegedly, that's him. There she is with all that cash. That's what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of these people involved in this case are involved in drug-related situations. My intuition and my instincts and my humble opinion tells me they were going up there to buy some drugs so they can go ahead and sell it back over here because that seems like to be the business that they're involved in. She's into something else. That they told me what her job is. I forgot what it was, though. Y'all let me know in the chat. I forgot what it was. Everybody's seen the P, whatever. Barbara wasn't in. Okay, but I'm going to run it back. People who perish. Okay, let's see this. People who cherish their better half. Join me in on. Okay, no. Where did you get the cake from? I'm trying to see where you guys got that tea about him being in jail. Well, y'all be on point. I swear my viewers are the best. I have the best subscribers in the freaking world, man. I just love y'all. I wish I could just hug all of you guys. Literally, I'm such a hugger. But y'all be helping me make these cases so much better. I was trying to see if I could look on some of her posts to see if maybe she talks about it. About her husband being in jail. It's dead. I caught her and beat her on. Now he runs to F book. LOL. I'm good. I caught her alone and then she let the white girl beat her too. Oh, so she over here fighting people, y'all. Let's read this because she reposted this. She said, "Oh my God, Barbara wasn't in it, but I'm ready to run it back. Weak AS on God. Everybody's seen that. And that P person, bet you mama know now you play with and not to. I'm outside all weekend. Blah, blah, blah." I don't want to read this. But she looked like she got into some fight telling her she beat somebody up. Dang, it's still going on. Duchess Williams, I'm just scrolling like you. Now get your ass on or whatever. So this girl over here beating up people, y'all. She just acting a straight fool, y'all. I don't know what to say about this girl. She is a mess. She seems like a mess to me. I'm sorry. I know some people trying to come for me in the last video talking about, why are you judging her? Get off my video if you don't want to hear me tell the truth. If I have an opinion, I have an opinion. If you don't like the opinion, disagree, but do it with dignity and grace. That's all I ask. Okay? We can respect each other's opinions, but she do look and seem and act like a hot mess and just doesn't seem to make the right decisions in her life, even to the point where the person she married, she married a straight thug. He looked like a thug. He talked about on his post that Corona is going to be cured by crack cocaine. Seriously, who says that? Unless somebody does drugs or they're selling drugs. I don't be randomly talking about crack cocaine. I never even mentioned it at all because I don't do crack cocaine. I don't have nothing to do with it. But he over here seemed like he knows something about it. And if he's doing crack cocaine or if he's selling it, allegedly, that's weird because she's around that. She's hanging out with him and she got kids around that stuff. So it makes sense now why her poor kid was over here having drugs in her system. It's just, this is a mess, y'all. This case is absolutely crazy, which is why it just keeps getting more and more crazy. And I'm really trying to figure out what's the real reason why she went to Mexico. Because if she really went for this whole tummy tuck, we need to see receipts. I don't know if I believe it now because there's too much weird stuff going on. And why does the dad, Ward's dad, think that she went there? You know, she went there to celebrate a birthday. Okay. I was trying to be on here to see if maybe they had a photo of him, but I don't see it, guys. Do you see it? All right, so we're gonna have to keep looking into that. But allegedly, people are saying that her boo thing is in jail. Thanks to Dinah. That's credit to Dinah in the chat and Alicia. I think Alicia said that too. I don't know where y'all be finding this stuff at. Y'all be finding all the tea. Let me see what else y'all got, because y'all be having all this tea. Dinah says, I really wanted to believe they drove down and got caught up in what was already happening, despite the rap sheets they have. They are still victims. It's all too bad. Right. They are all still two victims, and they don't deserve to die. And I never, ever said they deserve to die. I have repeatedly said they don't deserve what happened to them at all. Nobody deserves what happened to them. I'm just saying, I don't know if I believe what really went down, because everybody doesn't seem to know what really going on. They keep giving all these different stories. But like Dinah said, she wants to believe that this all is well. Either way, they didn't deserve what happened to them. They didn't. And that's messed up. And the drug cartel needs to pay for what they did at the end of the day. They did not deserve that. That was horrific. So sad that happened to them. That was so messed up. This poor girl never going to be the same. Never going to be the same. Alicia says, I'm from the general area. Don't know them, but that's the word around locked up. Oh, you heard the word. Alicia has the 411. She got the, oh my gosh. Thank you, Alicia. Alicia got the 411 on them that he's in jail. Wow. Wow. Ooh, guys, but look at what Benjamin's saying. Thanks, Benjamin. Benjamin's coming with the Benjamins. Glad Benjamin is in the chat. Hey, buddy. Benjamin says that CNN is that Montemorals is not known for medical procedures. Exactly. See, guys? See? I don't really, that my opinion saying that I don't really believe. And remember, I was telling you, I feel like the area where they were at, why would a medical doctor be having an office over there when they know that that area is heavily populated with the drug cartel? They know their customers are going to constantly be getting robbed. Like, it just doesn't seem consistent with a doctor setting up shop over there. You know what I mean? Just the whole thing sound weird. So thank you, Benjamin, for coming with all the great knowledge you have. Benjamin says the only good thing I can see coming out of this is Mexico being more cooperative with Shanquella case. I hope you're right, Benjamin. I hope you are right, sweetie. You seem to be knowing what you're talking about, so I like your opinion. Bad News says people usually don't go to Mexico to buy street drugs. I hear you, Bad News, but actually I've been hearing a lot of people talking about they do go there to buy drugs. They go to those stores, and according to some people in Matamoros, there's a ton of stores that sell drugs over there, or you know, the pills that we would otherwise have to get in America that are prescribed. Well, over there you can get a bunch of them that you don't have to have a prescription for cheap. The cartel people bring the drugs into the U.S. I don't think they went for a drug deal. Yeah, I don't think they went necessarily to meet with drug cartel. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I am thinking, did they go to one of those different shops there that do have medicine? That's a lot of people are saying that's where they go to get their medicine. A lot of Texans go there too. They cross the border to go to the shop to buy medicine there. So were they buying pills over there? Because remember, there was previous charges of drug distribution from one of them, and one of them was caught. I think it was Eric Wise. Eric Williams Wise was allegedly caught with a pill bottle with a bunch of pills that he wasn't even prescribed, y'all. I'm talking about the pharmacy drugs, like Dinah's saying. I'm talking about the farm. I'm not talking about, I don't think nobody was trying to go there to meet drug cartel. Why would they want to meet drug cartel? Oh, heck no. I don't think that at all. I think they probably was going to those pharmacies over there to get some low price, like kind of buying stuff wholesale, come back to the U.S. and sell it. That's just my opinion. But I could be 100% wrong. I'm just giving an opinion. So we all have different opinions. Bad News gave a great point too. I liked Bad News, and Dinah gave some great points. Everybody in the chat giving great points. Hi Joy. Hey, love. Yeah, girl. The alerts, y'all. YouTube be hating on the alerts, sweetie. Sorry about that, girl. It's YouTube. YouTube does not want us to be great, so sometimes you may not see the alerts. And I don't usually let y'all know. Everybody know I just like coming on random. Everybody know they just pop on. So put your alerts on, sweetie. So happy to see you. I missed you, girl. I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, Bad News says pharmacy drugs. Oh, and I missed Bad News, so I'm so happy to see Bad News into the chat. There's all my beautiful people. Bob and I just bought our RV because we are never leaving our country. Girl, our glamping in the good old USA. Yes, hallelujah. Say it, Joy. Say it, girl. That sounds so lovely to get you a nice RV and go glamping. That sounds amazing. I love that idea, Joy. Girl, you are living your best life. You guys got a RV? That sounds like goals, y'all. I would love to get an RV and travel around the U.S. and just glamp around different parts of the U.S. That would be pretty cool, right? That would be so amazing. Oh, man, you are so lucky, Joy. You're going to inspire me to get me an RV now. Can't they purchase fentanyl there without a prescription? Girl, they can, Dinah. They could purchase all kinds of stuff in Mexico. And a lot of people have come out ever since this case has come out, and they have been being interviewed around. I've seen a lot of people talking about they go there. And then the news reporter said they talked about people who weren't identifying themselves, who spoke to them about traveling into Mexico to go get pills and stuff that would normally you would need a prescription in the US, and you got to pay a lot for in the US. Well, they just drive over the border, go to those different pharmacies over there, pick up a bunch of medication, and then come back into the US. So that's a lot of things people do from the US to get their drugs, but not with the cartel. No, not through cartel. I'm talking about those various pharmacies over there that they get, their medical like pills from. So yeah, they can get fentanyl. They can get all kinds of stuff over there, y'all. It's crazy, 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 crazy. Which is why the Mexican government was saying they went over there to get medicine. Where did that? You guys have to ask. Where in the heck did that doc with that governor get that idea from? Where did the Mexican president get the idea that they were coming to get medicine? Where did he get that from? You can't believe everything they say, though, because they be lying. They talk about Shanquella had alcohol poisoning. They lied about the Mexican lawyer who got unalived over there, saying he died of alcohol poisoning and fell from a balcony. They just be lying, y'all. They be lie. But I do wonder why. Dinah said they know that's what people do. Exactly, Dinah. They know that's what people be doing. The government was busting them out, even though they tried to say they was going there for a procedure. They busted them out. They was like, they over here trying to get our medicine, y'all. They going to our pharmacies over here. Like everybody do. Everybody do that. Even when there was a news reporter reporting on the case. And as she was reporting on the case, she talked to a bunch of people that was driving over the border. And you could see them driving on the border. And the people that she talked to was talking about they were going there to go buy medicine from the pharmacies. So, and the one lady said she did that too. There was a bunch of people coming out saying that. So I learned something new about after covering this case, is that people go cross over the border just to go, get some things over there that are more affordable and more available in Mexico than it is in the US. Because the US want to charge you an arm and a leg for some of them prescription pills. So that's where people get their stuff. Right? I love you guys. You guys are so smart. Mo Allen says, there is no way that nobody involved with cartel isn't apologizing for nothing. Straight BS. Girl, yes. Call it for what it is, y'all. If y'all were late onto the chat, these people were allegedly talking about how the cartel was apologizing and sent this letter, and these people that were allegedly being turned over to the police were over here smiling and stuff. Who smiles if you're going to jail? That sounds like to me, y'all, that this was just some little ploy to make it look like they really are doing something. Ooh, is this another photo? No, it's not. I'm trying to find more photos of this whole thing. I agree with you guys that I think it's fake. I think it's just a whole little ploy to get us to think that they're apologizing because they're mad because they're about to lose some money. Americans are not going to be going to Mexico for a hot minute after this case. People are scared out of their mind. People are like, I've heard people talking about, I'm canceling my trips. I hear people that were supposed to go to Mexico canceling their trips. I've heard a lot of people canceling that were planning to go to Mexico. I haven't heard anybody saying they're going to actually go, but y'all let me know if y'all heard some of your friends, which causes me to wonder why the cartel targeted them if so many people cross over unless they are crossing over safer areas. Right. This is crazy, Dinah. That's what I have questions about. That's why I feel like this is so weird because they had video footage. There was reporters reporting on the case when you could see all these different American cars crossing into the border even the day after the shootings happened. And even that day of the incident, there was all these other cars on the road. How come none of those other cars that were driving alongside this rental minivan, none of them were targeted? Why did they shoot at this van? Why were they surveying this van? Because there were indications that the cartel was watching their every move throughout the town. Like even before they crossed the border, the reporters are saying that they heard reports or they found out from sources that the cartel was watching their car before they actually made that hit. And it was all planned out. It was like a play-by-play because they had a car actually crash into the minivan and then they started shooting. So it's like they planned their attack. They watched the car for a while and they planned their attack. So it doesn't sound to me like a mistaken identity. It doesn't sound like they were shooting at any rivalries. It sounded like they were directly targeting that car. So like what Dinah says, why did the cartel target them out of all those other cars on the street? Because there was other cars driving. Why did that car stand out? Dinah makes some good points. Were they driving over? Because guys, they left and crossed the border allegedly at around 8 something in the morning. The shooting didn't happen until 11 something. That's what the report we talked about yesterday. So they crossed the border for an hour. So what were they doing all that time? Now there was allegations they got lost, quote unquote. Okay. But other people are alleging that they were driving around those different pharmacies picking up stuff. Okay, that's another rumor. My question is, what was found in that that van? Did they search the van? Did they find any type of medicine in that car? Because that's really going to tell us that more information. Who knows? She might have went there for a cosmetic surgery, but while she's there, people could have also had intentions of buying stuff from those pharmacies too. You can have dual intentions for why you're in a location. You don't have to just go to a place for one thing, So that's a question I have. It's just kind of, it's just a question, y'all. Just an innocent question. None of us know what really happened, but it just sounds kind of sketchy. This case sounds really weird. Joy Williams says, I wonder if they knew they were coming over. I heard they thought it was mistaken identity. They mistook them for something else. Yes, that was the indication. That was what the news reports are saying. But I personally, Joy, have a hard time believing it because the way it went down, when they drove in, a car intentionally crashed into their car. They knew the car they wanted to crash into and they targeted and they first crashed into the car, the white van, to disable it, to prevent them from moving. And as soon as that burgundy car crashed into the rental car, the people got out of the car. Shaird and Zendale get out the car and start running. And as soon as they run, they get shot. That to me, it doesn't sound like a mistaken identity. Because if it's so mistaken, why were they so focused on them? And even if it was mistaken, when they did eventually shoot them and they looked at them and stuff, did they not recognize that this was wrong people? They still put them in their truck. They were driving them around town all those 3 days to different sheds. To me, it sounds like they were targeted, y'all. Because it's like, if it's so mistaken, they could have looked at them, saw, oh no, these are Americans. Let's leave them alone and run. They didn't do that. They knew the license plate was an American license plate. So that means they couldn't have mistaken them for Haitian. Why would they mistake Haitians driving an American car with American license plates? That doesn't make sense. How the heck did a Haitian person get a North Carolina vehicle with North Carolina license plates. They knew, in my opinion, that those were Americans. Their hope was that they weren't going to get exposed, that they were going to be able to just take these people out, take them somewhere, because they have unalived another American citizen, a guy with American license plates in Zacatecas. And they buried him, and nobody really knew about it until later on. But there was no camera footage. The reason why this case turned out differently, guys, is because somebody recorded it. That's why everything changed, the whole situation. Somebody recorded it and got Cartel on camera footage, putting these people in the truck, which is what got them in trouble, which is why now they have all these people turned over, and now they got this letter and stuff, because they got caught on camera. If they're not caught, I don't think any of this would have happened. I think, and sadly as it is, those Americans would have ended up unalive somewhere, and we would have not heard about them ever again. Okay. But when they got caught on that camera, and it was no way of denying that it was drug cartel that was involved, they had no choice. They had to right or wrong, because they were caught now. And the FBI, once the FBI is on them, it's over for them. Once they designate them as a terrorist, they're going to go into Mexico and tear that whole place down. So they're trying to right that wrong now, because they were caught red-handed on camera. They didn't know that they were being recorded. That's the issue. They didn't know they was being recorded. They would have took them Americans, and we never heard from them again. They would have robbed them, took that $7 grand, buried them somewhere, like they did that other American man, because we covered another case about another American man. And then we had another attorney American man who was unalived. But an American man was unalived and buried near his car alongside his fiance and her siblings. And we don't hear about the drug cartel apologizing about that. And it's indicated and alleged that they were a part of it, but because there's no video footage, there's no evidence, and nobody really knows, they didn't say anything, because it's just speculations. But you got them in this case on camera, y'all. Everybody's seen them do it. So there was no way to deny that they did it. So that's why they're over here trying to make this fake ploy up with, putting them on the ground, putting this fake letter there. Right. The rumors of them being mistaken for a Haitian gang. There has been a massive surge of Haitian immigrants over the last couple of years. Yeah, we already know that rumor. We covered that rumor several videos ago. But I'm just saying, in my humble opinion, I just don't believe the rumor. I really don't believe that whole mistaken identity rumor. But yeah, we talked about the Haitian rumor. I've done several videos on this already, so I may not repeat the same stuff I talked about on the other videos. I heard the lady was going over there to have a BBL. Yeah, that one's a fake rumor. That allegedly she was supposed to get a tummy tuck, but who knows? I still go to Mexico before I go to Chicago. LOL. Be safe, girl. Okay, Jordan, we just talked about it. Pretty much all of the states in Mexico, except for 2, have warnings, so it don't sound like a safe place. They said that the part of Mexico has level 4 travel advisory, same as Afghanistan and Iraq. Right, girl. Yeah, we covered that before on another video. We did talk about that it is a level 4. Let's see here. Dinah says, I heard elsewhere that they're shopping around to other pharmacies and were agitated when they weren't getting what they wanted, and someone alerted others that they were crossing over. Cartel was ready. Ooh, that's what I heard too, Dinah. I have heard that. I've heard that from many other sources, that what Dinah's saying right here. This is why I told you guys I felt like there was more to this story than just getting a tummy tuck, because there was a lot of people saying that they were going to these different pharmacies over there and causing a commotion, which is why Cartel started watching them. They were being surveyed by the cartel. And so right when they got in there, they planned this whole attack. I mean, how do you explain away a car crashing into their car? That car intended to crash that car to disable it so that the other members of the cartel can shoot at them. It just, you can't mistake that. They knew who they were shooting at. They knew that wasn't American license plates. So how could they think it's Haitian? How would Haitians have an American car unless they're in America? I'm doubting that they thought it was Haitian. I think they lied about that to cover up what really was going on. Because again, you got to understand, you can't always believe everything Mexico says. Mexico is going to say things to try to cover themselves. You got to be careful what you got to try. You got to look at your own information out there and research, because Mexico will always come up with these fake reasons and agendas, a mistaken identity, la la la. But I highly doubt that it was mistaken identity. They were in an American car. Come on now, y'all. They were in an American car. Do Haitians have American cars? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. I wonder what was found in their van too. I want to know what's in their van. Like Dinah said, we need to wait and see, because you know more is coming out about this case. I want them to search that van, because what was in that van is going to really unfold. You know why? Because I still have questions for why that government official in Mexico said they were there for medicine, because they went and looked in that van. Did they find medicine in that van? Because they searched that whole van. There was photos of them, the authorities, the Mexican authorities over there looking through that van and stuff like that. So what did they find inside the van? That's the question I have. Because if they found some medicine in there, maybe the government was right. Because again, there's different people saying different reasons for why they came there. So, I mean, even the own father of Shahir is saying they came there for a birthday getaway. So it's like, he don't even know what's going on. What's really going on? Okay. Right. One Love says they didn't know that there was going to be a setup. We playing chess, not checkers. Exactly. Say that. It was definitely a setup, you guys. This was a hot mess of a case. They may not have known they were American until after the initial incident took place. I don't know if I believe that, y'all, because based upon the rumors out there about how Mexican cartel operates, they do check those cars to see if it's an American car, and they do target American vehicles, private buses, stuff like that. So I just have a hard time believing that they didn't know, because one of the cars they do target is American cars, because they want to rob them and they want to commit ransom. The only reason why this case is so shanky is because they were caught on camera this time. Normally, you don't catch cartel on camera in the act. It's always like speculation. We always be like, I assume, or I think it's the cartel, or you hear the government official saying, we suspect it's the government. We suspect it's the cartel. But here they have actual footage of them doing the act. It's like, how do you get around that? They had to write it. They have to fix it now because they're in hot water with the U.S. You know, the U.S. is thinking about passing these laws, declaring them a terrorist group, which is going to mess up their whole economic drug ordeal or entrepreneurship or whatever they're doing with that whole weird stuff with that. It would be informative to see cell phone records of all involved as far as the Americans. Right, Benjamin, it would. Cell phone records will reveal a lot, like Benjamin says. I agree with Benjamin on that. Let's see those cell phone records, y'all. We need to hear what's really going on, because I'm just saying, sometimes you cannot believe everything someone says. You got to do your own research to figure out what pieces go together and what don't. And I just have a feeling in my intuition that more is going to come out about this case. So this is not going to be the last video. In fact, we might have a lot more videos on this case, because I just have an intuition that there's going to be some more that comes out about this case. I feel like there's a lot more involved in this case. You know, she could have easily been coming for a tummy tuck, guys. I'm not saying that may not be legitimate. I'm just saying there might have been multiple reasons for why they came to Mexico. And it may have been, not just getting that tummy tuck. They might have also wanted to go to those pharmacies to get those drugs. I'm just saying, those medicines. And then come back and sell it for a good, decent price out here in America to people. Because like I said, these individuals have prior criminal records of drug sales. They've been involved in that. Now, I acknowledge they're older charges, but that doesn't mean that they've changed their ways. They might have just gotten better at what they do. People can get better. You get caught and you learn how to do it differently, and you learn how to avoid the authorities. Or yeah, they could have had a cleaner record, but I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all. I just don't think, some people don't change their ways. I'm just saying, I don't know. I have questions. And then the whole Latavia thing, she was charged for her crime in 2016, but then she goes and marries a crackhead, allegedly. She goes and marries a crackhead who's allegedly in jail now. So it's like, she's over here involved with these people out here who do drug dealing and stuff allegedly. So it's like, did she really change? If you're around somebody who does that type of stuff, you got to ask these questions. It don't sound like she's going and marrying a man who's talking about doing crack cocaine and to get rid of COVID and all this stuff. You think she really changed? She's hanging around with something like that? Questions. They're just questions. Some of y'all may not like this video. I'm sorry. Y'all know I just like to say how I feel, and I love your opinions too. Dana says, that's right. We would have never heard about them. The fifth person might not have been taken seriously. Exactly, Dinah. Exactly. And Joy said, it's a blessing they were recorded. I'm so sorry for their families. This is just awful. I know. I am so sorry for their families too. They did not deserve this. They did not deserve to be attacked like this. This was absolutely awful what happened to these poor victims. This is, I hope I hope the government goes after them though, and they be held accountable. I mean, I hope this is not just a ploy to make it look like they're doing something and then they don't do anything about it, because they killed innocent lives. So they do need to be, punished for that. But I'm just worried because I don't know if this is legitimate or if this is just a joke, because you know how the government in Mexico works with the cartel. So I just question whether they're really going to do something. Is there really going to be justice in this case? I don't know. Yeah, like Dinah says, the cartel unalives their own people. They don't care about foreigners. Right. They don't care. They do not care, which is why I have a weird question about that letter. Is it legitimate, guys? Is the letter legitimate? I don't think it's legitimate. I don't think they really care about innocent lives. They made it sound like it was a political PR move, talking about, we preserve the life of the innocent people, innocent lives, trying to sound like a Republican politician over there. I'm like, boy, bye. And the thing is, like Dinah, yes, she didn't need a BBL. They said she was getting a tummy tuck. But guys, why would a doctor have an office in an area that's highly populated with drug cartel? Don't you think they would have their offices near like a tourist area? That's weird. The drug cartel is dominating this area and you got a doctor over there. That sounds so sketchy, guys. I really don't believe it. I'm sorry. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And even like if she's getting this type of surgery, isn't that a surgery that involves a lot of pain? So why would she want to drive on a bumpy road all the way back home after getting that type of surgery? That doesn't sound right. Wouldn't you think she would took a flight to Mexico? Because people have said they had that surgery before, and there is no way they would drive all the way across the U.S. home after a surgery like that because of the severe pain driving in a car like that and trying to be in weird positions. The whole thing don't make sense. It don't. That's weird. Yeah, Tanika. Hi, Tanika. Hi, beautiful. She says, why are the flights still open during an advisory? Girl, exactly. That's a good question. Girl, that is a good question. Why are the flights still open? Jordan says, listen to everything objectively and take all possibilities into consideration. Right, Jordan. That's what we're trying to do on this live is, we got to take everything into consideration. We can't just listen to what they say and be like, okay, that's the truth. No, you got to really, like Jordan said, look at it objectively. Try to look at all the other information out there and try to make an educated opinion, because like I said, the information is not really adding up. There might be all kind of possibilities in this case, and we want to wait and see what they really found in that van. I want to know if they're going to disclose to the public what they found in that van, because I'm pretty sure they searched the van. Okay. Benjamin says, I wonder if this will get caught up in the geopolitics. It will. It will. It's already happening, Benjamin. Haven't you seen all the speeches from the Geo? They just did speeches recently about a bill they want to pass to try to declare these cartel terrorists, and so they can go in and just sweep in and investigate the cartel and take them down. They are definitely using this for their political agenda. Will Mexico play shiesty with us to get concessions from us using shady cases like this? Right, Benjamin. It's going to get real messy, Benjamin. It's going to be real messy between U.S. affairs and Mexican affairs, because the GO wants to pass all these laws to go in and interfere with Mexico. Mexico doesn't want them to interfere with their business. they want Mexico, U.S. to stay out of it. So it's just going to be a really weird interaction between those two. I'm kind of concerned. I'm worried. Oh my God. You know what? They might try to play that whole political move with the whole Shanquella case. Like Benjamin is saying, no one we want arrest and info, including us wanting info on Shanquella. Exactly. Is Mexico going to try to use this whole situation to play games with the Shanquella case to say, hey, we're not going to prosecute it if you interfere with our cartel? Oh my gosh, it's going to get messy. Right. Jordan says they could have went to get a tummy tuck, buy some drugs, been mistaken, and set up all at once. Exactly, Jordan. Applause to Jordan. Exactly. Some people, y'all can't take everything as a grain of salt and say, oh, they only went there for one thing only. No, like Jordan said, they could have went there for dual purposes, because the dad of Sharir is claiming they went there for a birthday getaway. So it seems like already there was multiple reasons for them going there, not just a tummy tuck. They were going there for all kinds of different reasons. And they had gone there last year. What did they go there last year for? I don't know if it was a procedure. It sounded like they might have went there for drugs last year. I'm just asking some questions, y'all, because everybody in that car had one thing in common. Every single one, except for we don't know any criminal record related to Orange. So let's keep her out of the equation. But the people that stepped over that border in that car all had prior drug charges or prior drug convictions on their records. That's a similarity they all have. So we don't know if they went in there to those pharmacies to get some of them pills to come back to America, get some extra side money, side hustle going on, because they have previously sold drugs. And Eric had a bunch of pills caught on him before. So who knows if he didn't want to go to Mexico, get him a couple of wholesale prescription bottles, bring that back over here to South Carolina, sell it to some of his homeboys, get some extra cash. You never know. Allegedly. This is my theory. All it is a theory. We have no clue what really went down. But they need to check that phone. They need to check that car, because something's shady about this whole thing. And that girl, Orange, the way she answered that question to the officer sounds real sketchy, y'all. Sketchy. Yeah, Dinah, I like what Dinah has to say here. Maybe this will be an eye-opener that Latavia and Eric both needed. I pray it's a come to Jesus moment for these two, that they really just turn over to the Lord, repent, and get their life right. I really hope that's my prayer out of this whole thing, that they just turn to God and get their life right. Stop doing, all the shady stuff they're doing and focus on their kids and just live a righteous life. I'm just saying, hopefully they have a come to Jesus moment. I don't know. I just hope they do. That picture with the alleged cartel members giving themselves up looks so fake. Right. Those could be Mexican citizens taken off the streets. Exactly. They don't look like the same people, guys, that were involved in the video. They don't look like the same people. I think those are fake, just fall guys. They're not the right people that were involved. All right, Benjamin. Thank you, Benjamin. Love you, Benjamin. Oh, Joy says she had her tummy tuck and there's no way I would drive. It's excruciating. Plus, you have lots of wound vacs in place. Okay, thank you, Joy. See, I bet Joy's tummy tuck is snatched too. She probably looked gorgeous. Girl, you go, girl. She got her tummy tuck. But like she said, there's no way she would be driving around. See, guys, she is really giving us some context to someone who actually had a tummy tuck. And she even said she wouldn't be driving across the U.S. all the way. Girl, they drove from South Carolina 1,400 miles. Would you be in a car in a bumpy road driving 1,400 over 1,400 miles back to South Carolina, Joy, when you had your tummy tuck? See, she said it would be excruciating, y'all. And all the wound vacs in place. Yeah, see, there's guys, they lying. Based on what Joy said and the stuff going on with them surgeries, and if they really went there before for a procedure, then Latavia would have already known not to do that. So guys, this don't sound like legit. I think they lied. Joy just gave us some experience that she herself is telling y'all, and she had a tummy tuck. Man, I bet you snatched, girl. You go, girl. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Okay, anyway. Benjamin says, as far as tummy tuck and peels, big pharma and plastic surgery needs to lower prices. There are so many eager students right here in America who would kill to be those doctors, but school is too pricey. Right, Benjamin? That's true. That's sad. They do be spiking up the prices, and then they put you on excessive amounts of student loans, have you sitting there paying these student loans until Jesus come back. You be paying them student loans so long. So yes, Benjamin, it is a mess. It is very sad. Okay. Joy says she was in the hospital for almost a week and then home to recovery. And that was weeks and weeks. Did y'all hear that? Did you guys hear that? Y'all, if y'all didn't want to believe, if y'all really wanted to believe she was going for a tummy tuck, I don't know what to tell you, but I feel like Joy Williams Kemp is really letting us know how excruciating that surgery is. And it doesn't make sense for someone to be driving in a bumpy road and they're supposed to be taking turns driving after getting that kind of surgery. And then where is she? Guys, look, you got to think about it too. Look at all the people that were in that car. They were bunched up in that car. There were 5 people in that car. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in that car. So where was she going to be sitting after, driving home with all the, bandages and the pain and the blood still coming out? She needs to be propped up somewhere comfortable, and she gonna have to sit up the whole time in that excruciating pain. Guys, this don't sound like she went there for a surgery. At this point, I don't even believe the whole surgery at all at this point. Based upon what Joy just said, guys, I don't believe it was a tummy tuck. I think they went there to go to them little shops, to hit up them different pharmacies, get a bunch of drugs, go back to South Carolina, and they have a little business going on with their sales. That's what I think was going on. Okay. Like One Love said, surgery is the excuse in this case, because I'm telling you, people were acting shady in this case. Even the girl Orange who stayed in Texas, when those cops were asking her why they went there, she made up some story, and then she was like, "That's all I'm saying right now. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything else until I hear from Latavia, who's in the hospital." Okay, why are you being evasive? Why are you not really speaking and really telling the officers what's going on? You sound real suspicious. And why are you so scared to talk that you need to go talk to Latavia first before you give more information? Guys, they lying. They are lying. And I wouldn't be surprised if everybody knows what really reason. Even the mom probably knows. Because it don't make sense. She gonna drive all the way back 1,400 miles with all those bandages and blood and pain. I've had surgery before, and I'll tell you one thing. I've had a stomach surgery, not tummy tuck. It was just like a surgery for health stuff. But I tell you, there's no way I would want to sit in a car at all. I had to lay on bed rest for several weeks before I could even get in the car because the pain was so excruciating. And if you have a fresh surgery like that, there's no way. There is no way you would get me in a car driving 1,400 miles or riding 1,400 miles propped up with all the car, the roads, there are different bumpy roads. There's hills you got to drive through because you're driving through all different states that have different conditions of the road. So you don't know if you're going to get a bumpy road or you might have weird weather where your car's jerking all over the place. Yeah, guys, I'm not believing it. I'm not buying it. If she really was going to get a surgery, don't you think she would have planned this out way better? That's what people do when they get their surgeries. They plan it out way better if they're going to Mexico. Anybody in the chat would be willing to do that drive all the way across country? Oh, I love you too, Shannon. Thank you, sweetie. Oh my goodness, you're all the way from Australia. Look at my Australia people in the chat. I just love it. People from all over the world in the chat. Love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. Every last one of y'all, to my whole soul. Hugging you guys, all virtual hugs here. Joy Williams Kemp says that would be way too painful. I was cut in half. They cut you. They pull so tight on you, you can barely move. You have to lay straight and walk, not sitting or laying in a car. See, guys, you guys hear this? This is from an experienced person who went through that surgery, y'all. Yeah. I'm not believing the tummy tuck at this point. Thank you, Joy, for your wonderful input, y'all. Joy is putting us up on game. This does not sound like a legitimate reason that they went there. I'm honestly believing this was a hit up to those little pharmacies to get those different drugs and They were getting to different pharmacies and they were hitting up different places, probably acting a fool. You saw how they were acting on the video. Joy, if you saw my video yesterday, sweetie, you got to watch that video yesterday because we watched this video of them in the car and Eric Williams was acting a hot mess. He was being loud and obnoxious. Then you had Latavia in the front saying, I'm going to effing Mexico. And she was cursing and stuff. And I'm like, imagine how loud they were in the car. Now take those same people and put them in a Mexico pharmacy. They probably were being loud and ghetto, acting a fool in the pharmacy. And the cartel caught wind of them acting up in there because they were in Mexico for at least an hour or so before, because based on the map, we did a map. You guys got to go back to my other videos because we broke all this stuff down, went over the map and how long they were in Mexico and all that stuff. And according to what the authorities are saying, that they had got there around 8 something and their car got shot up around 11. I don't remember the time frame to an exact, guys, but you have to watch the video I did before when I actually went over all the times with you. But they were at least in Mexico for some time before they got shot up. Now, I thought it was as soon as they hit the whole, because that's what people were saying. Well, what the authorities and the reporters were saying as soon as they crossed the border, they got shot up. But there's other sources saying they were in there for like an hour or so. And then there's other sources saying that they were lost trying to find the pharmacy or trying to find the doctor. So I have all these questions. I just have questions because it don't make sense that this woman would be driving across the U.S. with the kind of pain Joy Williams is describing. I don't know, guys. This don't sound real to me. Shannon says you definitely would not want to drive after a tummy tuck. Okay, Shannon is another person who says you wouldn't want to drive. Joy Williams says she couldn't drive for over 4 weeks due to medication she was on. Wow. Wow, y'all. Right. And Tevia says, how are 3 men going to clean her personal area down there? Exactly. This is really, see, you guys, this is what I'm talking about when we do our educated analysis. When you guys, like, I think Jordan said it, you got to use your objective analysis. All of you guys are actually using your objective analysis to really question out what really is going on. And I love it because everybody is really starting to question this. And you guys are giving valid points. Tavia gave a very valid point. How are these 3 overgrown men going to be cleaning this woman's personal area down there? Because you know she can't do it. And then the other woman, she no use because she's not even in, where's she at? Okay, so the more we look at this and everybody's bringing their input, it's not sounding like they really were going there for a tummy tuck. Something is really not up. Something's not up with the story. The story is not adding up, and I have a feeling more is going to come out sooner than later. We're going to find out something else. Got to get the story right with Latavia before they lie some more. I know, Jordan. Okay, Jordan, make it make sense. This case, y'all, is just so weird and twisted. Benjamin said, I didn't want to believe it, but the story definitely doesn't add up. Right, bad news. You see, now we starting to look at these pieces and it's not making sense, huh? Bad news. See, when you put it together, I'm telling you, Joy Williams really came here with the tea, because I'm so glad we had somebody in the chat that had gone through that surgery, because, none of us could really understand because we've never had that type of surgery. But to have someone in the chat who told y'all, it is no joke. No. I'm not buying it now. I'm not buying it. Ooh, let's hear what Benjamin had to say. Benjamin always be coming with the straight. I just love, every time he says something, he just got something good to say. Let's see what Benjamin had to say. He said, don't be surprised if laws are passed prohibiting any type of pharma sold there. Right. And strict laws on operations. Exactly. Although it's going to be hard to pass. Big pharma is greedy. They will finance they will finance lobbyists to do this. Right. Exactly. Benjamin, you might be predicting what's going to happen, because I'm telling you, a lot of people go there to get their medicine, especially those that live near that border. They get their medicine in Mexico. Some ladies were saying in one of my comments, they were like, shoot, I live around there and I just go across the border, get my medicine, and then I come back to the border. But they said they don't go anymore because of what happened with this case. I was like, dang, I didn't know it was like that till people started educating me. Okay. Oh, love you, Joy. I be missing you, girl. You got to come on live sometime. Sometime I know you be busy, but girl, you probably living your best life, all snatched and just living lovely, so she don't have time to be on the live. She's enjoying her life, y'all. We love you, Joy. We love you. We love you. She said, oh, I saw that one. They were being so loud. Girl, you saw it? Okay. Being in a car overnight, getting there so early. Right, Joy. Weren't they acting up in that car? I'm like, what? This is how they're really acting. Imagine how they were acting if they went into a pharmacy, being loud, talking mess, being obnoxious, saying, you know, do you have that effing pill and blah, 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 blah. You don't know what they were doing in there. And Eric was acting a mess in that video too. So you don't know if he was in there talking about, hey man, what's up? Give me that pill over there. You know, you don't ever know. And the cartel was like, who are these folks in here? And why are they hitting up all these pharmacies? Are they trying to be our rivals or whatever? Because they were quite loud in that car. And if they were that loud in that car, then they probably brought that same energy into those stores, which would have drew a lot of attention to them and where they were going. And the cartel started catching wind of that. Like, who are these people over here being loud and buying all this stuff? They got to have money too, because they buying a lot of stuff. That's why I want to know the $1 million question, y'all, that we're going to be looking out for information about is what was in that car? What was in that van? What did they find when they searched the van? Will Mexico divulge that information? Because, you know, Mexico's so corrupt. Let's hope and pray they give us the information, y'all, because Mexico don't be telling us stuff. Anita says, this should be an eye-opener to Latavia and Eric that God kept them alive, right, for a reason. I believe that to a T. Anita's right. God preserved their life. It was God that saved them. It was God. I'm telling you, because you know how cartel moved. They would have took them out a long time ago. God saved their life. They better turn their life over to the Lord. I'm just saying. They should be praising him every day, repent for their ways. She could have had a tummy tuck in the U.S. She could have, right, with $7,000, Anita, that could have been a down payment or even half amount, or even that could have been almost the full amount for a tummy tuck in L.A. because some of them charge about 10 grand. So she would have only needed 3,000 more to pay for a full tummy tuck here in L.A. So, or there in L.A. or whatever it is. But yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. So Anita's right. They could have did it in America. Right. BB says it don't smell right. If it don't walk like a duck, it's not quacking like a duck. But if, I'm doing it wrong, y'all. Let's fix this. Let's fix this, y'all. If it look like a duck, if it quack like a duck, if it smell like a duck, it's a duck. It don't sound right. It looked like a duck to me. It looked like the little drug transaction with those pharmacies over there. They didn't expect Cartel to come over there and catch them, though. Joy says she couldn't even clean herself for 2 weeks. You can't reach because of the bandages and tubing. Y'all hear all this? Y'all see all this? Y'all reading this? And like Butterfly says, my aunt had it. She was in so much pain. She had to lay flat for 2 weeks and could only get up to use the restroom. Why take 4 people with you? Right. That's what I'm saying. Wouldn't that be too many people, Butterfly? How is she gonna be able to lay flat? Because she's gonna need to lay flat, and she got all those people in the car. There would be no way she'd be able to lay flat. That woman gonna be in severe pain, and they driving all over those bumpy roads for all that time. Yeah, this don't make sense, y'all. This don't make sense. And if she had a surgery before, she said she had a surgery before last year, then why would she choose this method of transportation if she already knows the severity of the recovery it's gonna take? Yeah, this don't sound right. They weren't there for a surgery, y'all. They weren't there for a surgery. Let's just keep it real. Keep in my opinion. There was no money for the surgery. Maybe it was all for drugs. Ooh, just speculating. Right, Joy? I'm speculating too. Speculate. All of this is speculation. A disclaimer that we don't know really why they were going there, but I'm telling you, it smells fishy to me. It smells fishy to me. Maybe they're going to have to bring some receipts because I'm not believing it at this point. At first, I was for it and believing it, but something in my intuition was like, something don't feel right. You know when you get that gut instinct, something don't feel right? That's how I feel about this case. I can't figure it out, y'all. I can't figure it out. I can't. Dinah says that money should have gone to home renovation and heat. Right, Dinah. Girl. It should. Those poor babies were in there cold. Did you see those little pew babies putting their hood on talking about it's cold? Those poor babies didn't even have a heater in their house. Poor sweethearts. That's messed up. Oh, she said, but maybe that was the grandma's home. Oh, yeah. We don't know whose home that was. So I don't even know if that was the mom's home. That's a good point, Dinah. But still, they could help the mama out then because mama needs a heater too. Yeah, we all just speculating. I like Jordan. I like it. Yeah, we speculating, guys. This is a speculating live. We don't know nothing yet. We don't know nothing yet. Yeah, that car was full, like Joy Williams says. Where was she gonna lay? She would have been in so much. It would have been impossible to get her back to the South Carolina with all those bandages and pain. And I don't understand it. The one she needed left her passport behind. Crazy, right, Dinah? That was the one she would have needed, because that would be the one that have to change everything and, you know, check her, all that stuff. You know, you would need the woman there. So yeah, guys, this case, it don't sound right. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be more information that's going to come out that we will be reconvening to talk about. Watch, but I'm trying to move on to another story, and I guarantee you tomorrow something about to come out, or tonight. But yeah, I still have another case about a Mexican case, about a Canadian. I keep telling you I want to talk about that case. I'll have to talk about it tomorrow. Oh, not tomorrow. I'm going out somewhere tomorrow. Maybe sometime this weekend. But I'm going to be talking to you guys about another Mexico case. A young lady with her boyfriend. She's a Canadian, and he took her out in Mexico. That's why I feel like some of these people are taking their loved ones and their friends to Mexico so that they can unalive them, because they see how sketchy Mexico is and how they don't care about prosecuting these crimes. And so people are literally going to Mexico to take out people, unalive them there, because they know they can get away with it. Allegedly, y'all know that's my favorite word on here. All right, guys, I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all take care. Y'all be safe out there and boycott Mexico. Toodaloo. Love y'all.